When we're having this conscious thought that life is wonderful and joyful and free, and we're living in that space of joy, and we're allowing ourselves to experience the grace of God in every moment and everything we're doing, how does it become our life? How does that grace of God become our life? That grace of God that lives within us, that is our very essence, it is our very soul. How does that grace of God become our life? That we're living, right? In the reality that we're living in, how does that grace of God become our life? What is that grace of God? What is that energy of love that resides within us? What is that feeling of consciousness that wants to be with us every day? What is that powerful, imaginative, graceful, free, divine, loving, wonderful power that is within us, that dwells in us, that is our life. It is our very life. It is our very core. It knows us. It feels us. It receives us. Makurunarete shavakurutondorota. Miranda ali shavakuru. We can be divine. We can be perfect. We can be loving. We can be free. We can be in this wonderful place of grace every single day and every single thing that we're doing when we see that this divinity is who we are. It is the very essence of us. It is the very truth of us. It is the thing that allows us to be who we want to be in the world around us every single day. Shavakurunare te kramata. Om, 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 om. So how do we allow that grace, that God's grace that is within us, that is the truth of us, that is the very essence of us, to be our reality in the world? How do we allow it to expand into the reality of our world, our living space, what we're doing, how we're receiving, how we're giving? How do we allow it to be our world? So a question has arisen of the question of money, right? What is money? Where does money come from? How does it evolve from within us? What is money? Is money our essence? Could it be our essence? Could we receive money into us as if it is the grace of God? Could we receive all the things we need in life as if it is the essence of God's grace? Could we receive money as if it is a gift from the divine, as if it is a gift from our very divine essence, our very divine self? So allowing money into the experience is not a bad thing when we're a spiritual person. And that's the question that's been raised. How can we allow ourselves to be rich? How can we allow ourselves to be wealthy in the financial world, in the financial realm, and not feel this kind of, am I doing the right thing? Am I allowing too much money in? What will people say if I'm wealthy and I'm a spiritual person? Am I allowed to have a big, gorgeous, whatever it is that you want, that we want as beings? And allow ourselves also to be divine in the light of God's grace and God's love and God's truth and God's divinity. Is it okay? Because the money's always here. It's always flowing. It's always available for us, right? It's always a part of our existence, a part of our experience. But in my personal life, I haven't allowed enough money in to live a full worldly existence. So when I look deeper and deeper and deeper within myself, I see that there's still resistance to allowing a full expression of grace in the financial realm, in the financial world. I see that resistance coming up as I allow things to manifest for me. And what is the resistance? What is the resistance? Because if we look at different figures in society that have been great spiritual beings, we always praise the ones that have nothing. But if someone has too much, there might be questions about their integrity, what they're really doing. Are they taking from the people that are surrounding them? Are they unfairly receiving so that they can live this lavish, extravagant life while letting others be without? It's always been a question. So if I were to walk down the street and see several homeless people lying on the street, it would be very difficult for me to walk into a hotel and pay $15,000 for a room or whatever. It's been something that I have looked at with my own integrity. But on the other side of that, we say, well, what about my own grace? What about my own divinity? What about my own peace? Where can I rest peacefully? Where am I most comfortable in the world? Where is my mind most at peace? When we know that we are receiving gracefully from God in every moment of every day, and we have the things that allow our bodies to be peaceful, whatever that may look like. For some people, it's a small house in the woods. For others, it's a large mansion in the city, right? It doesn't matter. What allows us to be peaceful within our heart? What allows us to have imagination and creativity that ultimately we do share with others, that ultimately we do portray that vision, right, in the world so that others can experience that grace as well. We share with each other our own grace. Where do we find the comfort and the ease to be able to have those expressions in the world? Can we allow ourselves to fully, finally see that it's okay in God's grace and God's divinity? It's okay to allow ourselves to experience those things. It's okay to allow ourselves to experience a wonderful place to live, all the things we need, lavish abundance. It's okay for us to have the things that bring joy into our heart as an experience of grace in the world. Makrona Sivaya Rata. All right, if we get in a car and we need to go on a trip and we're not sure if the car is going to make it there, well, that's an experience of awkwardness or discomfort, or it's always this tug and pull, right? Tug and pull, allowing ourselves to have the luxuries and the grace of the worldly existence, and knowing that it is God's grace that is being received by us. So today I'm once again looking into the money, the allowing, the abundance that already exists within our reality to flow into the experience. And it's something I could keep ignoring probably for the rest of my life, and just keep allowing life to flow as it's been flowing. But I have 2 children who want more creativity and aliveness in their life by living in a different environment than we're currently living in. And I myself would love to live in a different environment than we're currently living in. And so as I look deeper and deeper and deeper into allowing this essence that I know it's already here. I know everything we need is already here. I know that the financial support is already here. I know that the manifestation of these things is possible. And I see my stuck areas. I see my blocks. And it always comes back to this. Is it okay? Is it okay to allow ourselves to have the abundance, the lavish abundance of God in the form of wealth, in the form of financial security, in the form of just all kinds of fun things in the world? Is it okay? Because I've always been taught that it's not okay. It's been something that I've attracted since I was young, from my father, through my church, through my spiritual teachers. My original spiritual teacher it's not something we should identify with. Having luxury and abundance, it's not something we should identify with. It will keep us from our path to God. It will keep us from our path to truth. It will keep us from consciousness. And I am not resonating with that. So I check in with myself and I see that God's grace is within me saying it's okay. It's okay to have all these things because this is God's grace. This is God's abundance, and it's okay to allow it. So I am ready to look at finally and release these belief systems and what people will say if we're doing spiritual work in the world and one has a luxurious life and a lot of income and a lot of flow. And how that becomes a teaching tool almost, right? To say it's okay to allow this for ourselves. It's okay to allow ourselves to be abundant. It's okay to allow ourselves to have what we need. It's okay to allow ourselves to flow with the grace of God's love in every moment of every day. And God's love supports us in spiritual and material ways. Guru Shava Koronare te mata. Omakare Shava Korotandarata. Nerono Guru Shava Koronare te Shava Guru Tandarata. It's going deeper and deeper and deeper into the heart space. Guru Shava Korana. Because I can complain and complain and complain and say, God, why aren't you supporting me financially? Why aren't you giving me what I need? The truth is, when I get in there, I see every time something starts to flow, every time an opportunity presents itself, every time I'm ready to receive in that way, there's a very distinctive energy that comes up and says, no, this isn't right. You can't do this. You can't allow yourself to have that. But I really want my kids to have what they're asking for now. I really want my children to have it. So that makes me push beyond these identifications with a false sense of needing to listen to a voice that I think is the voice of divinity, but it's not. I'm seeing that it's not. Because the voice of divinity doesn't make you feel bad. It doesn't make you feel less than. So looking deeper and deeper and deeper into this truth within us that says, we have everything we need. We always will. We always have. All we need to do is drop the belief systems that say it's not okay for whatever reason. It's not okay to receive everything that is already available to us in God's grace and God's love. Shava kururanda aretanda. Horo no 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 no. Grumahrete shava kurushoto. I've wanted to move back to California since I left California pretty much, and I've been back on the East Coast for 15 or more years. And I remember once my former guru had said to me, you can't afford to move to California. And boy, has that stuck on me. That has stuck on me. And it's been a hard one to release, because it brought up just so much of that belief system. But somehow I managed to live in California for 15 or more years. And I was always fine. Shava Kururanda, but still there's a belief system, there's a belief system, there's a belief system. Randa. So how many of us are keeping ourselves from the divinity that is within us by some old belief system, some old values, some old reunion with old thoughts, old feelings. Shavakururanda mata. Going deeper and deeper and deeper into these feelings of not allowing ourselves to receive, going deeper and deeper and deeper into these feelings of giving ourselves away to something that is not true to us, going deeper and deeper and deeper into these feelings. Going deeper and deeper and deeper into these feelings. What's coming up? What's coming up? What's saying what it needs to say? Is it the truth? Is it the truth? Is it divinity speaking? Truly? Because God loves us no matter what. Speaking to God about this morning. God loves us no matter what. No matter what we do, God loves us. We cannot become unworthy of God's love, no matter what even if we do make a quote-unquote mistake, we cannot become unworthy of God's love. So this hardcore belief in me comes up, wow, if I have a lot of money, what if God rejects me? It's ridiculous. It's such an old belief system that in my logical mind seems ridiculous, but it still exists. It still exists. And if it exists, it needs to be confronted and worked with and seen and let go of. Mata. Hiranda. I think it's a belief my father held. So if I go back into the lineage of my father, I see holding that belief, holding that belief, holding that belief. To be without much is the best way to be. He read the Bible. Every night, every morning, he read the Bible, he read the Bible, he read the Bible. He so wanted to be good. He so wanted to be a good person. He so wanted to be good. He so wanted to be good. And of course, I so wanted to be good. And what's in there? What am I holding on to that's so deeply ingrained within me? I so want to be good. I need to just serve others and not allow myself to have much. What he didn't see was the strain that he was putting on my mother and the rest of the family. What he didn't see was the strain that he was putting on his own heart by not allowing himself to lavishly receive the grace, the abundance, the truth, and the divinity of what he was truly wanting. Mata. Shava kurutondoro kurutandare mata. Shaiva kurutandare. So my dad went down as a good man. Everybody thought he was a good man, right? He died a good man. But I feel sorry that he was not able to allow himself to open up and receive the lavish grace in every way that's available to each and every one of us. Kurushava kurutandara. Haramba ba 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 mokru, and it's our time, each one of us, it's our time to stop. Stop the resistance to having what we need, what we want, what we desire, because it's all God. Everything is God, everything is grace, everything is divinity, and we allow it to flow to us, and we allow it to be us, and we allow ourselves to experience the world in the most beautiful, divine, loving, perfect way. Going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into this feeling. What is stopping us from being who we truly are? What is stopping us from having all the things that we want to experience in this world of grace? Going deeper and deeper and deeper into these feelings. What is stopping us from having the grace that is within our being already? It's already here. It's already been given. What is stopping us? What is not allowing us to receive this grace, this divinity, this truth that is within us already? Shiva Kururanda Arata. Hiranda Ali 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 Kurutandara Baba 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 Gurumahri Peshara Rondo Oro 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 Kurutanda. So somehow, some part of me, and this really looks silly when I look at it from this perspective, some part of me thinks it's holier to be living and supported by my ex-husband with my 2 children in a place that none of us really want to be, than allowing ourselves to open our hearts and go be in the lavish grace, the lavish truth, and the lavish divinity of our new reality, of our new space. But I see that this part of me in this moment is now being received by God's grace, by God's love. It's being given away. It's being let go of. Sharing my innermost experience. Sharing my innermost experience so that we can all experience this grace together. We can all receive this abundance together. We can all receive this energy of grace together. And it doesn't have to be abundance, doesn't have to be money that you're wanting to receive. It could be anything, any experience, right? Anything. That happens to be my plague for pretty much this lifetime. Shavakurutanda arete shavakurutanda harata. We're letting go, 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 we're letting go. We're letting it go, we're letting it go, we're letting it go, we're letting it go, we're letting 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 go. Shavakururanda, releasing, 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 Guru Shavakururandata. Releasing, releasing, opening, 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 Gurmarata. Hururururururu, Kranaharete, Shavakuranda, ala Kratandarete. Hurururururu, Gurmaharete, Shavakuranda, opening, 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 opening. We must open it to see it, to reveal it, to expectorate it. We must open it, open it, open it, open it, open it, open it. Kururanda arete. Ha ba 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 Gurmarete shavakururondo. Opening, 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 opening this part of us that's been hiding within us, that doesn't want to be seen, that doesn't want to be revealed, that wants to stay hidden. We're opening, we're opening, we're opening, we're opening, we're opening. Guru Shavakurutu. Haramba ba 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 Gurmarete Shavakradanda Ali 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 Gurutandara Krashavakuru Tondoro Randara ra 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 Grunarete Shavakurutandarete Shavakurutandarete Gurutondarete Shavakurutandara ra Gurutondarata Rete Shava Guru 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 Hiba Baba Gramahrete Shavakuratandalete Grutondoro to Grutanda Ara Erete Grutondoro to Oro Guru 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 opening, 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 opening. Let's tell this energy it's no longer hiding within us. It will not be able to stay hidden any longer, because we are revealing it now. We are seeing it now. We are exposing it now. We are bringing it forth now. We are allowing it to be revealed in God's grace and God's love now. It cannot be hidden from us any longer, because we are looking at it. We are receiving the grace of God. Grace of God, the grace of God, the grace of God. We are receiving the grace of God, which allows us to experience all of that grace in all of these places that have been dark and hidden for so long. Shivaya Randa allowing, 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 bringing it up. Bringing it up, bringing it up, bringing it up, bringing it up, bringing it up. You can no longer hide within me old belief systems, right? You can no longer hide within me old belief systems. You can no longer hide within me. I am revealing you to the truth of God's grace and God's love now. I'm revealing you to the truth. I'm revealing you to the truth. I am revealing you to the truth. I am revealing you to the truth. I am revealing you. I am revealing you to the truth. I am revealing you. I am revealing you to the truth. Up and out, 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 up, up and out. God says it's okay to be free. It's okay to be rich. It's okay to have everything you need and you want and you desire in this lifetime. It's okay to have the things that you are wanting. It is okay to have the things that you need and you desire. It is okay to receive the love of God in these worldly terms. It is okay to be loved by the grace of divinity, by being lavishly enfolded in whatever it is that you desire to receive. Baba Gurmahrete Shavakrotondo Rodo to Gurmarepe Shavakrodanda Ali Kurutanda Raka Horondo Ro Ram Dum 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 Dim Dakanamasiva Rata Can we allow it? Can we allow the grace to be a part of our beingness now? Can we allow the grace to be received by us now? Can we allow? 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 I even remember I made a video about abundance many, many years ago when I was still in contact with my first guru. And he scolded me. He said, we don't talk about those things. That's not a part of this path. Manifestation, money, it's not a part of this path. Shavakro, so it's even there's even a hesitancy now as I'm speaking, as even I'm allowing the words of grace to come through me. There's a hesitancy within me. Is it okay? Is it okay? Is it okay? I'm struggling in this moment as I allow the grace to come through and as my ego is fighting in this moment, back and forth. But I made a decision. I made a decision to surrender to the divine, only to the divine, everything to the divine grace that is within me as the truth of all things. That's why that's what we teach. Surrender to your own grace, to your own truth, to your own divinity, to your own love. And be that grace, be that truth, be that divinity, be that love. It may not coincide with someone else's teachings. It's okay. Your teachings are your teachings. My teachings are my teachings. What comes through me is the grace of God. It's the divinity of all things. It is the perfect grace that is within me. And I listen to this grace now. I open up to receive this grace now. I teach the truth of this grace that is within me. Shiva Kuroranda. There we go. Shiva Kuroranda. It's only God. Everything is only God. It's all God. Everything that's coming through is God. The energy of grace is around us, above us, below us, seeing through us in every moment of every day. We see that grace within us now. We allow that grace to be who we are now. We expect that grace to be forming us and our very beingness. It forms our very beingness. And the more that we allow this grace to be who we are, every cell of our being, the more we allow this grace to be who we truly are, the less we can doubt that the truth of this grace is who we truly are. So we're releasing, we're releasing, we're releasing. We're releasing, we're releasing, we're releasing anything that tells us we are not the truth of God's grace, that tells us we are not the truth of God's love, that tells us we are not the truth of divinity in this moment. We're releasing, we're releasing, we're releasing, we're releasing, we're releasing. Shiva Koronarete, Shava Koroma Arete, releasing, 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 Guru Shava Koro. Can we be full in this moment, full of our own grace, full of our own truth, full of our own divinity? Can we be sure in this moment, sure of our own truth, sure of our own grace, sure of our own divinity? Is it sure for us? Do we know that this is God's grace within us, around us, above us, below us? Do we know that God's grace is everything that we are, ever have been, and ever will be? Do we know that this is God's love? That this is God's love? Because nothing can be anything but God's love, because God's love is what formed this very existence that we are now dwelling in. We cannot be anything but God's love. We are our God's love. We can block ourselves. We can try to block ourselves. We can't block ourselves, because the truth of our divinity is that we are God's love. Shavakororanda. So these old belief systems, they're just blocks, right? We're just putting up blocks. We're just putting up blocks. We're just putting up blocks. No more blocks. Release, 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 release. Be God, be God, be God. I saw a wonderful quote yesterday from Sai Baba. And it said that the true Guru is God. The true Guru is God. Is God our Guru now? Is God the one that comes through us, that walks with us, that is above us, that is below us, that is within us, that is ultimately is us? Is God the true Guru? Do we listen to God now? Is our own grace, is our own truth, is our own divinity? Because when we do, we know that this graceful, peaceful, beloved place that we are living in now is perfect, divine, and free, and we can allow ourselves all of the lavish grace that exists within this earth plane, because it is created by God, for God, in God, around God, above God. It's all God. Everything is God, and we exist within this God. And this place that we are now dwelling is the God's grace that is us. That is the truth. That is the divinity. That is the love. And we are dwelling in it now, on it now, around it now, above it now, with it now. Can we allow all the voices that say we are separate, all the voices that say we are different, all the voices that correct us, our own divinity, can we say they're gone now? They're gone. Those voices are 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 gone. Our Guru is God. God is our Guru. We listen to God. We listen to our own inner truth. We don't listen to our own inner divinity. We listen to our own inner peace. This is who we are. We've always been this. We will always be this. Let's seek our own divinity within our own self and listen to the guidance that reveals itself within us. And when we do that, we find the lavish abundance of the universe within our own beingness, and it allows itself to exist in our outer world as well, in the world that we're dwelling in every single day. Let's allow ourselves to live in the abundance that we chose to live in on this earth plane. Let's allow ourselves to live in the abundance that we chose to live in on this earth plane. Let's allow ourselves to live in the abundance that we chose to live in on this earth plane. Allowing God's grace to flow through us now. 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 Kurusha Kurana.
Love is all you ever need.